honey, down to the menace to society. Kane's grandmother. Okay, remember she kept making that sound. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's how I feel, honey. Piping tea. Ooh, tea so hot. Tea is dropping all over the place, honey. Say it ain't so, say it ain't so. Now listen. Okay, I was drinking my lemonade tea. Okay, that's literally what it's called. It's so good. From Arizona. Y'all know what it is. That lemonade iced tea that I love, honey. And I was just scrolling and then watching some Throwback Housewives, and then I'm hearing all this tea about Empress calling out True Tea. I said, oh shit, what is going on? What is going on? Empress said that True Tea had talked about her child. Every time she talked about her, she would bring her child into it. And I'm just like, oh my God. I am out here, windmilling a little bit with my little picket sign, wanting True Tea to come back on the platform. You guys know I just made the last 2 videos. I was going to leave it alone. I promise. I was going to leave it alone, be done with it. Because I did just want to acknowledge that Melody was, allegedly helping to get her channel back, along with Bondi Blue. Y'all know Bondi Blue has lost her channel a couple of times. So who better to help her, than her? And, Melody would be good too, right? So it's just like, and then I got a lot of pushback, right? So I had to do a follow-up because I noticed there was a lot of pushback, not just from my people, but other videos. People are like, no, we don't want her to come back. She has a trashy mouth. She's so evil. She's so mean. She's so vile. She goes too far. And I'm just like, we all make mistakes. Let's try to forgive her. She is talented. She does have an audience, right, that really loves and misses her. I have reverence for that, okay? I recognize that. So I'm like, it's like you're trying to cheer for somebody, and then it's like, say, what now? What's going on? What's going on? What is going on? Okay? Absolutely. Brand new didn't know, honey, if she was coming or going. That tea was so hot. It was very ghetto and hot. Very ghetto. It was just way too much. Way too much. Absolutely. Ah, shut up. Brand new couldn't wait to get her messy ass on her channel to report on True Tea and Empress. y'all can hear all the people, honey, and what they got to say about this. But yeah, this is just, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. A lot of this stuff is a bit far, you guys. Okay, let me just talk to y'all about what was said. Let me just talk to y'all about what was said, okay? Then, allegedly, True Tea mentioned something about Caramel Rail's son, saying he needs to check his sugar levels. Okay, like trying to allude to, he takes in too much sugar, he's overweight. I was like, what? Honey, I ain't know all this was going on. I know it was some beef in the streets, honey, but I didn't know nothing about this. I was like, oh my God. So Empress mentioned that True Tea allegedly is suing YouTube for terminating her channel. Cyberbullying and harassment involving minors, that is a part of the YouTube guidelines that you cannot do on this platform. So I feel like Empress feels like, True Tea had her channel terminated because she was violating the guidelines. And a lot of you feel like that. Even the people that don't watch me, they had something to say. It was a lot of people against her coming back on YouTube because they just feel like, you never know when the other shoe will drop with her. She'll be doing good, and then, she'll get to dragging and, just taking stuff way too far. So according to YouTube's guidelines, you can't shame or deceive a minor. You can't encourage others to bully and harass. I also saw from some of you saying she was telling you who you could subscribe to. And if you're subscribed to, I guess, her ops, then she don't want you on her channel. A lot of you all felt like she was getting real evil and mean, and it was going way past the show. And so, yeah. I was like, wow, like, this is a lot. It's a lot, you guys. I had no idea, all this was going on. And then you have, the other people she was into it with, they are some mudslingers too. We can't just get on her. She's not by herself, is what I'm saying. And that's why I felt like she deserved another chance. And I still feel like she does. But if she is guilty of this, because I don't know, I just know, off of what Empress was talking about, she needs to come back in with a different mind frame. She needs to honor the guidelines and, just do her due diligence. Just focus on the business of your channel and treating everybody with respect, not taking stuff too far. I told y'all I get on here, laugh, and drag, and it means, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit different, but I don't take stuff too far. I don't be beefing with people. I may drag them, but I let that shit go and go on to my life. I don't get too caught up, with this. So I do feel that there needs to be some boundaries. And I think that people that use the platform, as far as being a content creator, it's important for them to have internal boundaries and intentions if they are going to be on the platform socializing with others. You're going to have to check yourself. You're going to have to say, well, I'm willing to do this, but I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to do business with this person. I'm going to stay over here in my lane. You have to have boundaries. And I feel like people get themselves into trouble when they don't have boundaries, when they be trying to do way too much. You getting too far off topic. You getting too far off, look, somewhere else, down the wrong road. Okay, like, just stick to your thing and do what you can do. Look, I can't tell you who to sock it to. Hey, it's your thing. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. The Isleys was trying to tell y'all, okay? I can't tell you who to sock it to, but honey, just mind your business. What Ashley from Fresh Prince, what she say? Just mind your business. Stay in your own lane. Don't try to work with everybody. Don't be shading people, like all the time. Yeah, we drag the people on the damn show. That's part of the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Okay? I just know, like I said, you have to have your boundaries and your intentions set up. We are all of a particular age. We have to navigate differently. It doesn't matter how talented you are. That's one thing I have really learned. It don't matter how talented you are. If you do not have boundaries, if you don't have a certain amount of integrity on what you willing to do, what you not willing to do, who you willing to drag, who you not willing to, like, unless you, I'm willing to work with these content creators, and I'm willing to mention them, and like, if you don't have a period, okay, at the end of what you're gonna do, and you just keep doing everything and keep trying to be over here, trying to be over here, trying to all over here, and it's just, it's too much. And I think that I think that nobody is perfect, though. We all are imperfect people. We all fall short of the glory, myself included, okay? And, I just feel like maybe this can be a stepping stone for her and others to, just get back on the right track. It's not about trying to shame anybody, but just educate, and just say that we want our fellow content creator to do better. That's it. That's it. I'm rooting for everybody. Okay? But yeah, this is a lot, you guys. And people are like looking at me like, why you keep supporting her? I had gotten, those type of messages. Like, why do you keep talking about this? And because it is important, actually, to talk about. It really is. It's important to talk about, because I know a lot of our subscribers, they listen to all of us. We all share, subscribers and stuff. So, yeah. Why not? We talk about everything else. This could be a learning lesson too. So y'all know me. But yeah, this was a lot. So Empress Radio is saying that True T got her own channel terminated due to her bad behavior, taking things too far. Oh, and another thing is Empress was saying that True T made a video when she was pregnant saying that Empress Radio was sabotaging her channel. I was like, ooh. So Empress Radio, she denies that. She says that wasn't true. And, she didn't like to be accused of doing such a thing, right? So I guess Empress Radio mentioned to True T one time, oh, I'm glad that you posted, because I had nothing to watch. And I guess True T took that as disrespect. So Empress Radio is offended, because she's just like, I like you. I'm actually a fan of yours. And you're accusing me of sabotaging your channel. Now you talking to me crazy. And, ooh, child, sounds like a whole bunch of confusion. Okay, this is crazy. You guys, it's crazy. Do y'all believe this? Number one. Do you believe it? All I got to say is, wow, it's a lot. So then Empress Radio mentioned that True T and Wente Talk, they got into their whole beef. Empress also mentioned that True T didn't like when other content creators talked about the lawsuit, the thing with Maurice and Black Titanic and, all of that. Empress says she kept bringing up the GoFundMe. She was the main one bringing it up. So True T had a class action lawsuit against Stormy? I didn't know about that. Wow. Woo. So Empress Radio, I guess at this point, she's like fed up with True T. She feels like she constantly has beef going on with other content creators. She doesn't know how to let stuff go. So I guess Queen Sheba wanted True T and Wente Talk to make up. True T didn't, want to make up. She didn't want to move on, I guess, from the situation. So I guess True T called out Empress Radio for telling Miss Van's business. So I guess True T called out Empress Radio on a live about how her mother should watch her baby while she makes her videos. I was like, ooh, child. Not bringing a baby and the mama into it. Woo. I did didn't know all this stuff was going on. Okay, I didn't. I knew it was some mud slinging, look, some slow singing and flower bringing, but I didn't know all this was going on. All right, y'all, enough of that, honey. Let's move on to the next story. Okay, so the next story is the Dear Future Wifey guy. Y'all know he got that podcast, and I like it. I do feel like he's full of shit. I do feel like he doesn't want to be married. I feel like he does a lot of posturing, like performing, acting like, oh, I can't wait until I get married. You know, that perpetually single person, okay, that always talks about relationships and getting married, but you don't see it really happening for them. They just like to talk about, and that's fine, but living your truth. You know, so a lot of people don't like him. They don't like these fake ass dating teachers. Because they feel like they are just behaving that way for their career. They are really not for real. Okay, they like Derek Jackson. He was preaching all that stuff and always on the woman's side. And yeah, girl, get rid of that man. Turns out you got to get rid of niggas like him that lie and cheat. Okay, a mess. Danae Jackson, y'all remember her with that bonnet on? She was in that burning house, child. A mess. But anyways, the Steeles was on the, not Stormy and Courtney. These are some other Steeles. Pastor Steele and his wife. They were recently, they were on the Dear Future Wifey podcast, and they are under immense scrutiny for their marital testimony that they shared on the Dear Future Wifey podcast. Many felt that their years of relational strife and woes encourages women to stay in otherwise a toxic marriage to endure long-suffering trials, aka stay in a burning house with a stupid ass nigga and let him embarrass you. This bitch got to talking about, yeah, I was ironing his clothes for his side chick. See, when you do shit like that, they go, when you help them cheat, they go cheat. I don't know why y'all be trying to sacrifice, overly compromise, shake a bone and get the hell on. If you go stay, then you might as well play. And a lot of times men cheat for control to act like they the only ones that can move on. Once you start having a nigga at the house with you, he gonna be looking a little bit different. Like Drew, I just saw the mid-season trailer for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We will talk about it on another video. But Drew over there about to get punked out of her money. She still gotta live in a house with a man. Leave her house. See, that's when you allowing these niggas to take over. You gotta clown and act a fool. Once you start bringing niggas to the house, get them kids a babysitter, I bet you Ralph would move his rockhead ass on out. That's what I would. That's what I would do. Y'all know what I would do. I would make his ass uncomfortable. Okay? Slip and slide. Slip and slide record. He would be slipping and sliding. It would be Home Alone. Okay? Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up in that house. Okay? He wouldn't be talking shit to me. I remember one time me and my child's father was having an argument, and this nigga slid on a piece of ice while we was arguing. Went up in the air, honey. I was cracking up. I was like, got your ass, Mr. Postman. That's what you get, nigga, talking that shit. Okay? Peekaboo, I see you. Look, I synced you. Okay, so let's look at the comments to this. So they ended up going on IG Live to discuss the negative press and to provide clarity about the reason why they shared their story. So they was on the Laterris Whitfield. Oh, I wonder if he can to Sheree. You know he full of shit. He can look to Sheree. Whatever happened to customer service? Okay. So let's see what the people say. So one person says, the wife made lowball comments about the ex being unattractive and about how some women are single because they don't take or accept bad behavior. Yeah, she was doing a lot of that. Y'all gotta cut that shit out, because being single is so much better than being with the wrong nigga. They got you in a burning house or out here cheating on you, deceiving you, and, everything else under the sun, honey. So, yeah, stop acting like, yeah, but I got a man, and some of y'all are some big-ass pick-me's. Pick yourself, okay? Choose self. Stop waiting for some raggedy-ass, raccoon-face nigga to choose you. Okay, and that's how a lot of these marriages are set up, to worship the man, to center him, and he's the narcissist, and you the codependent, honey, holding on to dear life on the Titanic. You hear that, Latifah? You got a doctor, brand new. Yes, I do, bitch. I would look. Absolutely. Okay, sure. They don't want me on the damn reunion, and I would announce to Carlos monkey ass, and nigga, don't call me tomorrow, because I ain't working for another year. You will wait. You will wait, goddammit, if I'm on the cast. I'm not working every day, Carlos, with your messy ass. I be to expose his shit. What's up, nigga, with you and your man? You outside. You outside. You better reconcile. Okay, so another person says, she said out her own mouth, I chose to stay. God did not tell me to stay. God did not tell me to stay. Case closed. I don't like all this Bible rhetoric that people like to run to. I had some other idiot in my past telling me what the Bible say. Meanwhile, this bitch that had a whole baby on her husband, child. I'm like, what type of Bible is you reading? Yeah, girl, I want you to come to my church. What kind of church you go to? Okay, the house of worship? Like, girl, what church you go to? There's some hoes in this house. When you see them, point them out. Okay, they better be singing that at your church, gal, the way you get down. Okay? Girl had them loose straws. Child, go with anybody. Go with a damn light bulb. Damn doorknob. Okay? A light switch. Go with any damn body. Woo. I don't like that. Well, I'm just such a loving... No, you hot in the pussy. Slow down. Shit. Okay? So another person says, exposing darkness can cause offense. It's good. This was their testimony. It needed to be shared to bring healing and deliverance. They didn't bring shit. Stop that. The church needs conversations like this. Long ago are the days of swiping issues under the carpet. I watched the clip of their testimony. Why I can't talk of their testimony, and I saw the wife exemplifying Christ's love. Girl, I gotta move on. I can't. Look, you better lay low. Christ ain't had nothing to do with that. Look, Jesus don't want you in a burning house. Hell, he didn't even want to be on that damn cross. Okay, so I'm here to tell you, he don't want you in a burning house with a man that's lying, cheating. I think a lot of people feel like the marriage is not abusive unless the man is hitting you. No, cheating is emotional abuse. It is disrespectful. It is, especially if you don't deserve it. Did you catch that part, though? Especially. Now, if they deserve it, okay? I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge you for that. Okay, I can't. Okay, enough about me, though. So one person says, blessings to the Steels on sharing their testimony. It's not for everyone. And for those of us who are supposed to be believers in Christ, we should know how God changed and used many mighty people. Then he kept dropping all them damn Bible scriptures to justify his wrongdoing. And let he without sin cast first stone. And just real quick. And it just, nigga, it's a no. Okay, hell to the no, no, no. I did like some of the interview. I will say that I didn't completely hate it. But it's a no for me. It's a no. He kept telling her she wasn't his type. He like some type that wouldn't even want him. You niggas, look, you niggas be watching Bernie because you niggas love using your imagination. Y'all love talking about women that you will never get. I remember this nigga used to tell me back in the day, yeah, you know, I could be with this person. I said they wouldn't want you. Okay? They would not want you. I barely want you. That's not right. Well, it's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna say it anyway. Look, pack your bags up and leave. I'd rather be alone than unhappy. Come on, Whitney, honey. Yes. Love me some Whitney Houston, honey. Another person says some of the comments are crazy. They were teenagers and growing into their 20s when this toxic relationship occurred. This is a testimony of redemption, forgiveness, and deliverance. Keep sharing your testimony. You do not have to apologize. It is clear you are not telling people to stay in an abusive relationship. I love the transparency. Everyone is not willing to share and put their lives, past or present, in the public. And, you know, like I said, some people overcome, you know, the cheating stuff, but all this sacrificing and compromising and, you know, just allowing a man to disrespect you, turn the other cheek. I guess the man's mother kept telling her she his wife. But he just wanted, you know, to do what he wanted to do. She let him, and, you know, eventually he got it together. I guess, you know, there are a lot of people that have that story, and, you know, certain things have worked out for them. Look, to each his own, but it would not be me. Okay? It wouldn't be me. It's too much. So somebody says something to Lateris at Lateris. Please do not be bullied into becoming a therapist. You did a great job on your podcast. You are not writing a prescription for how to be. These people shared their personal story like many have on your show, and people get to choose what they follow or not. This therapist is not everyone's therapist, because I guess the therapist was getting involved and, you know, saying what she felt was wrong with the interview. Yeah, it was a mess, you guys. Did you guys see it? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget, you guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.